Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the ChromaticKnits podcast. My name is Michelle, and this is my place on the internet where I talk about all of my yarny adventures. You can find me on Instagram as chromatic_knits, and you can find me on Ravelry's ChromaticKnits. It'll all be linked down below, and I'm just so glad that you're here. Welcome to anyone who's new. Welcome back to anyone who's returning. It has been a week since the last time we chatted, and I have some pattern ideas, some inspiration to share today. I will not be sharing any knitting because the only thing I've been knitting on is the MCal, and Stephen West has, because of obvious reasons, the pattern looking like a swastika to some people. He has changed the pattern and has changed direction and has requested that if you are using the original pattern to not put it online. So I had already knit the original pattern by the time he had come out with the video saying that he was changing directions. And I know that if I had ripped it out, I wouldn't continue with it. And I really do want to finish the shawl. I didn't see what some other people were seeing in the design. So I'm going to continue with it, but out of respect for him as a designer, I am not going to be putting it on this podcast. So with that in mind, I'm going to share some other things with you today. So it has come to my attention that it is 10 Fridays until Christmas. Can you believe that? Plus all of the other holidays, if you celebrate Hanukkah or any other holidays coming up. That's a lot of gift giving or just giftmas. That time of year, there's a lot of projects going on right now to get ready for that. I am an all year knitter for Giftmas. I started basically in January with Giftmas ideas, with Christmas ideas. So, but some people I know do wait and are now or have just decided, they forgot about somebody or they want to make something for someone at work or someone's going to be able to come into town that they didn't plan on or whatever, what have you. So I was going to share some inspiration, some patterns, which I will put on the screen and split the screens here so that you can see them as well. But there are a lot of good ones out there. So with 10 weeks left, it may not be enough time for some people to knit, say, an Afghan or a blanket. Unless maybe it's a baby blanket or something like that, or if you just have a lot of time to knit, then go for it, But today I'm going to focus on some smaller projects so that, especially if you have multiple people that you're knitting for, or you want something quicker, these are some ideas that you can go with. So the first is a hat. So we're going to go with kind of different categories. So the first category is a hat. The most popular of which you've seen most recently, or at least within the last year or so, is the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague is a huge one. The Strya hat by Andrea Mowry, that's a big one. The Oslo hat by Petite Knit. Petite Knit has some other great patterns, as well as Tin Can Knits. A couple of theirs are the Antler Toque and the Barley hat are their most popular ones. I just found those by by searching the category and then searching most popular. So definitely a hat would be something easy that you could do within the amount of time. And you could definitely do more than one if you needed to, for sure. So some of those are DK, some of those are fingering. So just keep that in mind. Another category that is pretty popular and doesn't take a lot of time is a cowl. So doing a cowl versus, say, a scarf. So for me personally, scarves take forever because you're knitting something that's like 6 feet long to go around their neck versus a cowl is going to be, 20 inches in diameter and it's going to be maybe a foot or two long. So there's some really popular ones. There are ones that are kind of like mini shawls. And again, I didn't put shawls on here because shawls can sometimes be as much as much knitting as a blanket in some cases. So I did put cowls on here instead. But some smaller versions of shawls are the Shift by Andrea Mowry, which is a cowl version of the Night Shift shawl, if you're interested in doing that. She also has the DRK Everyday Cowl and the Inclinations Cowl, which are big ones, also by Andrea Mowry, which I'm sure that you've heard of her. She always does um, the Rhinebeck sweater every year, and she has so many popular patterns. Um, and then if you're looking for one that is a little bit more masculine, The Snuggle is Real by Maxim Cyr. He is part of Les Garçons with Vincent up in Canada, and he has some really great, more masculine patterns as well. If you're looking for something like that, the three color cashmere cowl by Joji Locatelli is really easy, tubular cowl. Obviously, three different colors, and in her case, she did a cashmere blend yarn, which just makes it extra squishy and extra warm and extra cozy. So, if that's something you're interested in, check that out. And then if you are interested at all in any kind of color work, Jamie Lomax, who is Pacific Knit Co., has a ton of what she's calling her doodle cowls. So they are all different themes. Just to name them all, or name a few anyway, she has the holiday doodle cowl, the ocean basic floral ocean monster, 8-bit Seattle mountain winter skies, and she just came out with the um I just saw it today, the test knitter call for the Arctic doodle cowl. So she's got a whole list of them. They are a cowl that have different motifs that you knit. And so like in the, I believe it's the autumn doodle cowl, it's like a Halloweenish one. So it has like black cats and it has cauldron and it has um like Halloweeny type things. She has like a holiday one that has like some Christmas things in it. I think it has like reindeer and different things like that. Um, the ocean one has like an octopus in it and mermaid fin. Um, so they're all different ones. So if that's something you're interested in, those are really popular and really fun to knit because they keep your attention the whole time. Would highly recommend any of those. I haven't knit one myself, but I do have one. I just got a kit actually for one from for the fall for the autumn doodle cowl from Moonglow Yarn Co. So I will be knitting that one. So that's some cowl ideas. There are obviously way more than this on Ravelry, and I think some people put them on Etsy or PayHip, or there's a bunch of different places that they put them, or their websites, their own websites. Um, so you can check those out. Another idea is mittens. Um, so obviously, if you've never knit a mitten before, it's just a tube. It has ribbing, it's a tube, and then it just tapers off at the end, and then you add a thumb. So um, a really good pattern for first time mitten knitters, not knitting knitters, mitten knitters is the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. Would highly recommend that pattern if you've never knit mittens before. It's very simple, very easy, and it does walk you through step by step on what to do, which is super handy. Would highly recommend that. The Pioneer Gloves by Kelly McClure is another really good one. Just a basic knitting pattern. If you're looking for something like Norwegian mittens or some colorwork mittens, Scandier Knits has some really good ones. She has a couple mitten clubs that she's done previously, and she also has her Selbu mittens. There's a fast, it's like quick and easy Selbu mittens, which is in DK, and then she has her Selbu mittens, which are in fingering, I believe. So you do have kind of that option if you need something faster. She does have a DK version available. And then she has the Yule Knot mittens by Scandier Knits, which is like a Christmas themed, like winter themed. So it has like a reindeer and whatever on it. So definitely would recommend. Again, there are like a million patterns for mittens, especially colorwork mittens, and all different books and things that you can get as well if you don't want to, if you don't use Ravelry, or if you don't see what you want on Ravelry or PayHip or any of those websites. Um, that's just an option. Another really good option would be to knit someone's socks for Christmas, or for, the holidays, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, or maybe you just exchange gifts in the wintertime. So Crazy Sock Lady, who is Kay, has some really great tutorials and some really great vanilla sock patterns. If you've never knit a sock before and you are wanting to knit someone a sock for the first time, would highly recommend her patterns. She has vanilla socks on. She has several different patterns with different means of making them. So what I mean by that is that she has like magic loop. She has vanilla socks with 9-inch circulars, and she has video tutorials that literally walk you through how to do every single step. So if you've never made a vanilla sock before, you've never made a sock period before, she walks you through exactly how to do it with the video. And it's like over an hour video, I think, of her going through every single step with you and holding your hand through it, so that in case you've never done it before, you have, that kind of that instructor to help you through. Some other really popular patterns are Hermione's Everyday Socks by Erica Luter. I think it's a free pattern still. Super popular, just a basic. Blueberry Waffle Socks are another one that's really popular. DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry. She has this kind of DRK Everyday sets. Like she has the sweater, she has the socks, she has I think there's a cowl. There's a bunch of them. The Rye Light socks, which is again just the basic sock by Tin Can Knits. If you're looking for something with a little bit more color work or a little bit more interest, the Spark socks by Andrea Mowry would be a good option. Or Skein Deer Knits, Ellie has Cell Boost socks. And again, there are a million other patterns, but those are just some. And then if you're looking for other ideas of just miscellaneous other things, one thing that's really popular is gnomes. So there's a pattern called Never Not Gnoming by Sarah Shira that's available and really popular on Ravelry. I'm not sure if you can find it other places, but that's available. You can also, I know that like Susan B. Anderson at Barrett Woolco, a lot of times she'll have kits for gnomes where you can do like the needle felting and different things like that. And the Grocery Girls, they've also had some kits at one point as well. So I would definitely check them out as well and see if they have any in stock, because I know they've talked about that. Other ideas would be stuffed animals, especially if you're looking for kids. Susan B. Anderson, again, she has a ton of animal patterns, all kinds of different bears, bunnies, but my favorite is her moose. It's my favorite. She has an elephant. She has all different things. So you can find them all on her website, and you can find them on Ravelry under Susan B. Anderson. Um, Definitely look that up. She has, let's see what else. Baron a Farrell Sweater by Julie Williams is a really good pattern. The Baby Penguin by Claire Garland is so cute. Like, I love penguins. I am a huge penguin dork. Like, I think they're so cute, and adorable, and just the best. And she has the cutest baby penguin pattern ever. Just because I'm a Harry Potter fan, I loved seeing Hedwig by Sarah Elizabeth Kellner. It is so intricate and so beautiful. Like, even if I was not a Harry Potter, like even if Harry Potter didn't exist, just seeing that owl, like it's so beautiful. Like it's crazy how much detail is in it. And another one that's been getting a lot of kind of fame right now, or a lot of attention on different podcasts, is the Emotional Support Chicken by Annette Corsino, and they do have kits available for the Emotional Support Chicken. If you just Google it, it'll come up. Um, and basically it's a stuffed chicken, and you can do all different, they have all different kits with different coloring and different things. But basically it's just a little stuffed animal that you just keep with you. It's your emotional support chicken. Um, and kind of going along with that, there are also, you could also make a large stuffed animal into a pillow. If you made the bigger size or use a bigger yarn, you could potentially make it into a pillow. Like the emotional support chicken could become a pillow if you made it big enough. Susan B. Anderson also has some really good pillows, especially if you're looking for animal pillows. She has a fox pillow that's super adorable. There's a Santa pillow by Kathy Lewinsky, which is so cute. It's like all these Santas stacked on top of each other. So the suit goes into the next, like it's so cute. Um, and then let's see, the Radvent pillow. So it's like the Radvent, um, it's like a chevron pattern where you can use like your Advent shawls or Advent mini skeins to do like the different colors in it. It's really cool. So doing some kind of pillow or some kind of cushion would be another idea for gifts coming up. So just wanted to put that out there. Um, if you need any more ideas for gifts, you know, or if you have any ideas that you want to share, please put them down in the comments. I would love to hear all about them. Um, and I just have one quick announcement that is, well, I'll save the announcement for next time, I think. But that is about all that's going on here. As far as life stuff, that is all I have for the knitting stuff today. So if you don't want to stick around for the life stuff, feel free to drop off. Thank you so much for coming. I always appreciate you being here. Um, as far as life stuff goes, I this week has been pretty boring, but the best thing happened. So a few months ago, I had to schedule my time off of work, so that I wouldn't lose my PTO hours because you lose them if you don't use them, basically, at the end of the year. So I had randomly scheduled these 2 days off, this Thursday and Friday, and it was the best thing ever. You guys, I just sat and read and napped and relaxed and just let myself just calm down and just take some like mental health days and just knit and just let my play my I played some video games and just do some of that stuff that, I've been running a few errands that I normally wouldn't have had time to do. Like, I mailed a present off to England, that I wouldn't normally have time to do, but you have to go to the post office and do it in person because you have to fill out a customs form. It's a whole thing. But anyway, so I got some of that stuff done, some things checked off my list that I've been meaning to do forever, but just haven't gotten around to. And they finally went out in the mail. Um, and it was just so nice, you guys. Like, if you have not taken any mental health days, you need to. Like, it makes, because a weekend is just not enough. It's just not. Because even though it's the weekend and you're not working, you're doing all the things at home that you didn't have time to do during the week. So you just need to take some time. I know I do, just some time to just reset, to just relax, reset, and to just do nothing. Like, I think that a lot of times, especially with like my ADHD, my brain is always coming up with like the next thing. Like, there's always a next thing that I need to do. And it's really important that sometimes we sit down and we say the next thing that I need to do is nothing. Like, I know that sometimes I feel guilty doing nothing because I think about how all the other things that I should be doing or that I could be doing to clean or to help out. But as much as I want to be doing all of those things and need to take care of those things, at the end of the day, if my cup is not full, how am I going to help fill another's cup? You know what I mean? So I need to take care of myself too. That's important. Not saying that you shouldn't help other people, but I'm saying that you need to take care of yourself as well. And these are the first mental health days that I've taken since July, which was like 2.5 months ago. Um, so it's really important that I take this time to kind of, again, reset and let myself just be. I don't have to do anything, I don't have to be anywhere. It's super important. And I think that, me personally, one thing that I love about knitting is that it is kind of that slow, that mindset of just that slow living that we just don't have a lot of anymore with the way that the world is. You know, there's always the need to be doing, there's always the need um, to be working or buying or cleaning, or there's all of these things that we need to be doing all the time, which those things are important, but we don't get to just stop and appreciate living. There's Arya, by the way. Um, we don't just get to appreciate what we have and what we're doing in our life. And it's really important that we take that time. So I spent some time journaling. I spent some time relaxing, playing video games, um, knitting, hanging out with a couple of my friends, met them for lunch, and um, met them yesterday and did knitting for a couple hours, and just, not having any deadlines and not having any scheduled activities was just really important. So I just want to put that kind of thing out there. It's just really important to take care of yourself too. So that is all I have for this week. Um, Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. And I will see you next week. Happy knitting, everyone, and have a wonderful week. Bye now.